Hello, this is Mary Moen, coordinator of the School Library Media Program at the University of Rhode Island. The purpose of this video is to show clinical educators in the School Library Media Program how to use Taskstream to record the scores of your required evaluations of your candidate. Taskstream is the assessment platform that URI uses to collect, organize, and report data on candidates' competencies. So from the login page, we're going to try to sign in here and sign in. Then you are going to scroll down to your appropriate program. For this example, I'm going to the 24-25 program. And now I'm going to search for an individual. You've all been assigned a candidate, so you can put their last name in here. And then hit search. And you'll see the candidate's name here. And if you're in placement 1, you're going to check that. Anyone who is starting in the fall, mentoring someone, that's placement 1. Someone starting in the spring is most likely placement 2. For this purposes of this, we're going to look at placement 1. So the clinical educator is required to meet with their candidate 3 times for a progress check-in on their field experience. So there's the field experience 1, 2, and 3. Those are done around, a few weeks into the semester, the session, and then 2/3 of the way through, and then at the end. You're also going to be required to put the scores in of your classroom observation, the 2 that you are required to do. And this last one, I think I'm going to have a whole separate video on that because it's a new rubric that we will be implementing this year. So we have our person, we've got the placement. Now you're going to go on the bottom right and hit continue. Now you're going to see the candidate's name here on the left, and in this darker purple banner that says placement 1, you're going to see those same rubrics I just showed you in the list on the previous page. The field experience 1, field experience 2, field experience 3, your first observation, and your second observation, and then this dispositional survey, which I will talk about in another video. So once you've already done the first field experience progress rubric, you've sat with your candidate, you can then come to Taskstream and just record the scores that you already had. So if you go, you're going to hit evaluate, and up here there's some choices, and we're going to be picking score work. Now this rubric is the same rubric that you used when you sat down and assessed your candidate on their progress, their field experience progress towards the ALA/ASL CAPE School Librarian Preparation Standards. So here's 1.1 learner development. This is the same standard. 1.2 learner diversity. 1.3 learning differences. 1.4 learning environments. And 2.1 planning for instructions, and so forth. All of the indicators from the ALA/ASL CAPE School Librarian Preparation Standards that you've already used to assess them are here. So how does this work? So you can hover your cursor over whatever score it was that you picked, that you determined, and you're just going to click on whatever the score was. So if it's 2, you're going to click on 2, and then down here, you're going to see the score of 2. Now there's this field for comments, and instead of asking you to copy and paste the comments that you had on the rubric that you used, I'm going to ask everybody to make a PDF of that rubric and then just attach it at the end of this Taskstream rubric. So we have it, but I'm not going to ask you to repeat all the stuff on this. We're mostly concerned about the scores. So you're going to then move on and keep scoring the next one, 1.2. You're going to click on the one that is going to be scored. And you're going to go through this. You're going to do each one of these. And I'm going to scroll down. There's 20 of these. So we're going to get to the bottom, and Taskstream automatically calculates the rubric total, and I've only filled out 2, and that's why it says 5, because one was 2 and one was 3. And you can double check this with the total rubric score on your Google Doc version of it. This is where you're going to attach the PDF of your rubric. So you're going to hit the choose file, find it in your drive, and hit submit or upload. Then let's move down to this next steps. Decide what to do with this evaluation. Well, you've already sat with your candidate. They know what the scores are. You're just doing this to get it into Taskstream. So you could hit the record as final and release evaluation to author now. Now you don't have to send an email notice to them. You can if you want, but you don't have to. And then you would go to submit evaluation now and you're done. If for some reason you get interrupted while you're doing this, you can hit the save draft and then come back to it to finish it up. So that's how this rubric works. So I'm going to hit cancel. Now, if I wanted to go back to this student's work, by the way, students are called authors in this program, I would go to back to evaluation grid, and I would see all the other ones that I needed to fill out. So after you finish each one of the field experiences, you'd come in and you'd do the score for each one, and also for the observation, the required formal classroom observation, you're supposed to do 2. So you're going to go and you're going to, after you've looked at their lesson plan, after they've taught the lesson and you observed it, and after you've done your post-observation conference, you're going to come here and you're going to put evaluate. And again, you're going to score work, this blue button in the upper left side of the screen. This rubric is the exact same rubric that you used to when you did the classroom observation. There's 8 categories: creating an environment of respect and rapport, establishing a culture of learning, managing classroom procedures, managing student behavior, communicating with students, using questioning prompts and discussion techniques, engaging students in learning, and using assessment in instruction. Now, all these descriptors for each level, does not meet, approaches, meets, and target, are the same as what was in the Google Doc classroom observation rubric that your candidate shared with you in that folder. So in that you might have indicated that the candidate did some in 2 and some in 3, and maybe even some in 4. So this one, you can either average it out and just click on one, like a 3. You could also, if it was like a 3.5, you can also move this continuum score bar up if you had a score that wasn't a whole number. And you can also just fill it in here too. Let's say I wanted it 3.75. I can also do that. So there's many ways to get the score on there. And again, you probably had comments for each criterion, each of the 8. But again, if you just created a PDF of the one you filled out, you could go all the way to the bottom and you can upload it by choose file, finding it, and uploading it. Again, the final score Taskstream will calculate for you, and you can check it against your rubric. And again, you have to decide what to do with this. I recommend recording as final and release evaluation to author now. Author means student. But I wouldn't, if you don't want to send an email notification, you don't have to. And then I would submit evaluation now. And that's that. So if you have any questions about how to enter scores, please contact me and I'd be happy to help you. Thank you for watching.